Government spokesman Ufono Pondo early this week said former LRA Commander Dominic Ongwen, who surrendered on Tuesday, will be brought to Uganda by this weekend. But the United States is yet to hand him to the UPDF as a result of the bureaucratic process at the U.S. State Department in Washington.
So if Ongwen hasn't had access to a lawyer, hasn't had access to a doctor, hasn't had access to family members, that would occasion abuse of his fundamental rights as a suspect.
Daniel Bekele, the African director of Human Rights Watch, has called on the US, Uganda and the Central African Republic to produce him before the International Criminal Court. He also said Ongwen should have a lawyer and a translator. Justice for LRA victims and fair proceedings for Ongwen should be the priority at this time, Bekele said. Authorities negotiating Ongwen's future should respect the ICC warrant. Ongwen belongs in The Hague, and any country seeking to prosecute him should then raise the issue with the ICC. Major General Ongwen is one of the LRA commanders indicted by the International Criminal Court for war crimes. Under international law, Uganda and the US are under obligation to hand him over to the ICC. At the same time, under the Rome Statute, Uganda can apply to prosecute him in the International Crimes Division that recently had the case of former LRA commander Thomas Kwoyelo. Kwoyelo is still in detention despite an order by the court that he be granted amnesty. But the state says Kwoyelo does not deserve amnesty.
We would risk giving the impression that the systems that we have created, the courts that we have created now to try international crimes, are still non-functional and still weak. I don't think they are weak. Let's give the Ugandan courts a chance.
Of recent, President Yoweri Museveni has turned from an admirer to a harsh critic of the ICC, saying it is a neo-colonial court which wants to selectively prosecute African leaders.
It is pure self-preservation, so that you can rule out any chance of him as a person even appearing before that court.
However, there are concerns on whether Ongwen, who was once a victim of the LRA insurgency, should face trial in the first place.
He was abducted at 10. Did he go to kill? Did he agree that, did he contract with anybody, with coin for that matter, that I will come and be party to your killing Ogwe? I would say no.
There have also been suggestions he could benefit from amnesty, but Opio says this has been overtaken by events.
The religious leaders and cultural leaders must bear in mind the fact that some of the issues that are now being discussed in reference to Ongwen and the rebel leadership transcend borders.
For now, it's not clear when and how he will be produced in public, but whatever happens with this case will set precedent for the prosecution of such high-profile cases here in Uganda. Moses Sakena, NTV.